What's going on, Sagittarius? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the week of August 21st to the 27th, 2023. So, in this reading, Sagittarius, we're going to look at your overall general energy for the upcoming week. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and so much more for you regarding August 21st to the 27th, 2023, Sagittarius. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you, Sagittarius, in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Sagittarius. But before we begin the reading, I need to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what wants to come through for August 21st to the 27th, 2023, Sagittarius. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Sagittarius. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have going on for you. All right, very interesting stuff that you have going on here, Sagittarius. But before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe, and this is going to be some messages to you and also the energy that you need to embody here. And the first energy, the message that you have from the universe from the 21st to the 27th is alignment. Alignment. And this message really is keep doing what you're doing. Whatever you have as you're listening to this, whatever dreams you're chasing, whatever aspirations, whatever behavior patterns that you're in, the universe is saying, don't change much, Sagittarius. Keep going. You are in alignment at this time. So, yeah, don't change much. The frequency here of alignment is telling you you are exactly where you need to be, and less of a frequency you need to embody. It's more of just keep doing what you're doing, Sagittarius, because whatever action that you're taking right now, whatever dreams you're dreaming into reality is exactly where you're meant to be. Sometimes a reading comes out and we're like, oh my God, we need to change this, we need to change that, you're off course. You're on course. So keep doing what you're doing. Whatever you're pursuing, whatever action you're taking, whatever internal process you're doing, the universe is saying, good job, keep going. Okay, so you are in alignment right now with the universal flow of your own life, your own life's path. Okay, so you also have ascension here. What frequency you need more of to be reminded of, to embody, is ascension here. And this is really, if anything, pushing your limits further. You know, people say the sky is the limit. Well, how is that the case when space exists, right? So ascension here is really elevating whatever you are doing in the physical and really bringing in a spiritual element, allowing it to raise your vibration and really shooting bigger here. I would not allow any sort of practical thought to limit you here. Right now is a time where you can really stretch what you have going on and knowing that you're moving in the right direction, ascension. There's nothing that you're really doing here. There's a few nuances we'll get into, but alignment and ascension, number 4 and number 5, you're exactly where you're on the path that you're like. I almost get that you recently there was like 2 separate paths that you could have taken. The one that you did take and the one that you're now on as you're listening to this right now and even into the 21st to the 27th, you made the right choice. The only struggle you're going to have is now to think even bigger. Let your ego's limitations dissolve and keep thinking bigger. So let's just say you're a rock star, you're packing out a stadium full of 20,000 people. Well, now it's time to dream of 100,000 people, bigger, ascension, making it Jupiter. Don't be afraid of the Jupiter energy within you, okay? You also have breaking through. The last energy you need more of and to sit with is breaking through barriers right now. Breaking through barriers. So there's another level that you're meant to take everything that you're dealing with to the next level here, Sagittarius. And there's something about no more waiting here. There's something about, with this card, your ego may try to keep you safe. There may be something, well, I don't want to push it that far because then it will just seem grandiose or then it will seem crazy. No, breaking through barriers is telling you, Sagittarius, any sort of expansion that you are feeling you need to implement, any sort of thing that's making you feel good. Don't stop because you're afraid of being grandiose, of pushing it too far. Sometimes in a reading, it's all about, hey, you've got your little victory. Now settle down before you create excess potential. Settle down, go and sit back down before the universe comes in and says, get off your little high horse. No, right now, it's time for you to get it even bigger, make everything grandiose. The only thing that is stopping you from really pushing anything to the next level is your own ego. And your ego is going to come in and tell you, well, Sagittarius, let's stop here because that's going to keep us safe. But there's a hidden positive intention for that. You know, like, what are you afraid of? You know what I mean? Like, when I first started this channel, there was always this deep fear of persecution. You know what I mean? Like, well, when I'm on YouTube and everyone's visible, well, the men in the black suits are going to come get me. It's like, now I've reached the point where I'm like, what's going to happen? Do something about it. You don't like seeing the autistic mystic do these readings? You'll do nothing. Do something about it. You know, I just have this fearless attitude, and that's the attitude that you need to take, because that's really the freeing attitude. Because even if you die on your mission, well, you're still doing what you're supposed to do. You're still on your mission. Once again, there was a junction point. You chose the path. You're now on it. And even if you get taken out on it, it's like, well, who cares? Do something about it. That's the attitude that you're, like, fearless, because that energy will only create more of the same energy of fearlessness, okay? So don't be afraid to really, like, if you're visualizing yourself in gold and health, be like, I'm going to be the healthiest person. I'm going to be the richest. Like, I know this sounds vague, but trust me. Okay, you are on the right path right now. And that's really something, as a tarot reader, Lord save me, thank you for this reading, Sagittarius. Your opportunity is the sun. All right, so the opportunity is to continue expanding. The sun is what brings warmth, consciousness. It is your identity as well. Your opportunity is to make whatever change that you're having in alignment with your own soul's core, your own identity, the conscious part of yourself here. So whatever, like, shadow work that you're doing, if any, it's all conscious here. There's nothing about digging up the deep subconscious mind, blah, blah, blah. Similar to the Leo reading I do, this is really a time of you to just bask in your own joy, to expand, to make bigger, to fill the room with light, to fill the world with your own. So we'll see why the sun is your opportunity, but that's what it seems like. The path that you're going down now, whatever you're dreaming, you can do what you're dreaming of doing. And everything that you're doing now is just going to make you more and more and more happy. Okay, so don't back out now. Don't back out now. Don't back out now, because you're this close to something real special, even though it already is special. Okay, now your challenge here, and this is interesting, is the Six of Wands is your challenge here. And in some sort of way, this has to do with getting attention, being in the spotlight, really owning the recognition. And so for some of you, there is something coming through about your own, once again, breaking through some sort of barrier about you actually manifesting something out in the outside world and being okay with it. Because the sun has to do with the outside world. It is your opportunity to shine here. And the Six of Wands here is really just knowing that the sky is not the limit. The whole universe is the limit. And then the universe is constantly expanding, so there is no limit. What I'm trying to say here, Sagittarius, is for you to be comfortable with your own identity as winning, thriving. Instead of coping, you're going to be thriving. Most people are just trying to arrive at death safely and, like, play it safe, just kind of like work for your little crust of bread and that's it. No, you, like, don't be afraid to push beyond what most people's expectations of life are. So the Six of Wands is your challenge. We're going to have to see why. For some of you, there may be a temporary hit to your ego as you let go of one thing, and as you let go of one path that you were thinking about, maybe you have some sort of recognition from it. You're moving on to a new path where you're just going to let it go. There may be a temporary hit, but we're going to have to see why that's your challenge, really. All right. And then when it comes to, there is a love thing going on here as well. There may be something about you, instead of being instead of you being bothered by other people's success, really starting to take joy in it. For example, like the Six of Wands in your challenge, whenever you see people who are more successful than you, Sagittarius, it's about taking joy in that. Like, instead of like viewing it as like, oh my god, this person is outside of me. Everyone, the whole universe is one thing. You are me, I am you. So when you see someone else being successful, you should really just sink into the joy of that. How would that put yourself in their shoes instead of getting jealous? I don't really sense it's a big issue, but there is something about a lover. There may be someone is in the spotlight right now a little bit more than you, especially when it comes to a lover that may throw you off here. So we're going to have to see, like, in a love situation, you may be dealing with a love situation where you feel someone is like, yeah, there's something to do with a love situation where someone is helping you or someone's more progressed than you, and instead of viewing that as negative, you want to view it as positive. I'm telling you, because whatever you have in a love situation, someone has resources to help you, someone has a positive mindset to help you, and instead of that rubbing up against where you are in your journey, you're going to want to embrace that and rise up with this person, okay? Now, in your overall general energy, you have the Knight of Wands, you have the Hermit, and you also have the Two of Swords, and intuitively here, you have a lot of inspiration. There could be even travel that's going on here, but really the main message is the internal battle is leaving you here. You were really debating something for a long time. Am I going to walk this path or no? All these doubts coming in. There's really, what I get from this is there's no more internal work to be done. All you need to do is take action in a joyful state, because you are on the right path. And so do it with gusto. There is something here about, once again, someone could have put you onto this path, or there's something to do with you and a lover that's going to lead to independence here, or a healthy balance between codependence and deep, like, interdependence is what you're moving towards in love. I know this sounds crazy, but just bear with me today. Thank you. We'll get there, right? When it comes to what you don't see coming, you have the Chariot, you have the Lovers, and you have the Nine of Pentacles. I do feel with the Knight of Wands here, there could be something about you traveling with a lover. Okay, that could be very auspicious to you at this time. And there's something about a lover that's very good for your own career direction and also your own freedom. I feel like many of you are connecting with a lover that is not so codependent and can actually operate with interdependence. I'm not saying you're going to be in an open relationship if that's not what you want, but there seems to be not a lot of restriction when it comes to you being in a love situation and also conquering your career goals or whatever aspirations, whatever path. Remember, you told you you're thinking about, now you're on the right path. There seems to be a lover here that's only going to enhance this path that you're on. And for some of you, you're in a position with this lover is actually either they're somehow ahead of you or somehow they're getting more attention than you, but that's something that should motivate you rather than hurt you. There's something about a lover that's helping you that either has a lot of financial resources, a lot of spiritual resources, and instead of viewing that as a competition, you want to view it as a collaboration, because that's really what it is here. Okay, so don't let your ego trip you up here, is what I'm saying, because it doesn't seem like it really even is. Now, when it comes to your advice from Spirit here, Sagittarius, you have the Three of Wands, you have the Three of Swords, and you also have the Hierophant here when it comes to your advice from Spirit. So when it comes to this love situation, I do feel from the 21st to the 27th, there may be a little bit of a hiccup in it that you're meant to stick out, you're meant to wait it out. The Three of Wands is about being patient. The Three of Swords is about a potential heartbreak, or really damaging to your heart, and the Hierophant's all about commitment here. So, I do feel like whatever you're dealing with in love, you're figuring out the right tempo for you and this person to move. You're definitely working through a love situation. On the surface, it's going to be good, but there's some sort of underlying issue that this person has or you have with the other person when it comes to commitment. So there's definitely something here about weathering the storm with a lover, because whoever this lover is that you're dealing with from the 21st to the 27th, they're going to set, when I say lover, for many of you it is romantic. For some of you it could be a soulmate, friend, family member, someone that you just know that you're predestined to walk a path with. You're meant to ride out a certain storm with them, because they're really going to be helpful to making you a leader in your own life. The Six of Wands is here in your challenge, so it could be something about why are they getting attention and I'm not, or why is it the way that it is? But I would say don't fight the reality. If someone is going to help you, you should treat that with very much like respect, because most people are so out for themselves. So I just get you have someone on your side, but there is a hiccup here, potentially when it comes to the degree of openness or closeness that the relationship is in. Not going to be something so direct as, is it an open relationship or is it not, but something along that codependence versus independence, and moving ultimately into interdependence with someone is what you're on the path to. Now, with the Six of Wands in your challenge, now that you're on the right path, there is a game of patience that you're being called to play, because the Three of Wands is here in your advice, and knowing that everyone peaks at the right time. You know what I mean? And you're on the path where you are going to peak at the right time. I don't feel that you're peaking yet. I feel that you're close to peaking, to have some sort of climactic moment where you feel like, wow, everything, the feeling that I've been having, I'm in alignment, I'm ascending, I'm on the right path. It's not going to be confirmed necessarily in the external world from the 21st to the 27th, but as long as you stay along the path that you're on, it will be confirmed eventually. So there is an element of having patience here. Just because it's not happening today doesn't mean that it won't happen. The day that you plant the seed is not the same day that you eat the fruit, but I really feel like there's not even going to be so much shadow work here, so it's not really something for us to over dwell on. Overall, you're going to be having a really great time of taking action. There's something about taking physical action, moving about, being on the street in the physical world that you're going to take a lot of joy from. So with that being said, let's clarify why the sun is here. Why is the sun here in your opportunity, Sagittarius? Let's go ahead and see. That's interesting. Okay, the sun is clarified by the Eight of Wands, the Devil, and also the Seven of Swords here when it comes to your opportunity here, Sagittarius. And I do feel with this being here, you might want to not be completely excessive. There is something about, you could take something too far. You could be riding some sort of high horse here that's a little bit potentially grandiose, with the Six of Wands being in your challenge here, and everything in measure. You know, you're going to be riding some sort of emotional high. It seems like we're just going to be like, oh, I don't care about any shadow work. You still have everything in healthy measure here. Now, the other message here, Sagittarius, is there is this thing about breaking through barriers where your ego is going to want to stop you and try to tell you, Sagittarius, you need to be a good little citizen right now. You're in alignment. You're ascending on this big path where you're going to be getting all this attention. You're going to be, and even if it's just positively attending to yourself, how do you feel about yourself? It's going to be good. But there's going to be this little voice in your head that says like, I don't deserve this, or your ego is going to try to come in the back door and keep you safe and try to say, Sagittarius, stop expanding. You don't deserve this. Like, you're not really going to manifest this. But I would ignore that. Okay, I would really ignore that. And speed is your key. Your opportunity is speed. This is keep going here. Don't let the devil whisper in your little ear. This even could come from outside people who are jealous of the progress that you're making. So I would really be careful of that. The Six of Wands in your challenge as well is you could not be familiar with the resentment or the hidden envy that people have when someone's doing very well. So let's see why the Six of Wands is here in your challenge. Things are going to be happening very fast, and that's your opportunity to ride this wave. But don't let your ego hold you back is the main message. Why is the Six of Wands here? Yeah, the Five of... Too many. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is what I'm getting. Instead of, okay, for the last 2 months or so, and I know this is going to resonate, for the last 2 months or so, many of you have been blinded by the idea of your destiny, right? You were basically like, I know what my destiny is, but I either need to take this path or this path. Now that you're on one path that you've committed to in some sort of internal, for some of you, external way, there's going to be this blinding force of I need to follow my destiny, but I don't really know what it is. That's going away now, and you know, what can I say is you're no longer focused on anything internal or anything like, oh my God, I hope that I arrive with my destiny. No, you're just going to be in the flow of taking daily action, and I'm here to remind you, you chose the right path. All you have to keep doing is going, because there's been this thing, your challenge has been you've been questioning your destiny. Should I do it this way or should I do it that way? Should I do it this way or should I do it that way? Now your challenge is you know the way that you're meant to do it. You're on that path, and all you have to do is basically take daily action and not let ideas of your destiny to hold you back, because the only thing that's going to hold you back here is over introspection. The only thing that's going to hold you back from the 21st to the 27th and even out into the future is you're on the path. All you have to do is take daily action, do the work, take the action, physical action, very simple, 1 + 1 = 2. But many of you, they're going to give me this idea, oh, well, what if this is not my destiny? I'm doing it wrong. I'm telling you, get out of your head. Stop going within. Stop going within. And some of you, there's just going to be, you're 3 feet from gold. As closer you are to ascending and transcending some sort of crappy paradigm, the devil starts throwing the kitchen sink at you, and that's why your opportunity is here. The devil will do everything it possibly can to stop you from actually doing what you need to do. And just an example of this is like, in the beginning part of my tarot career, or even now, every time that I would sit down to do a reading, someone would start mowing their lawn. And I would say, well, this is a sign that I'm not on the right path. Or is it the devil throwing the kitchen sink at me, trying to make me doubt the right path that I'm on, because it's the last desperate, like the devil or whatever that represents to you, negative energy is making one last desperate attempt to take you off the path that you're destined to walk. You're on the path that you're destined to walk, but it's just like the devil's going to be throwing the kitchen sink at you in the terms of your own internal doubts, fears. That's why the Spirit is saying this week, forget about your internal world. And that seems counterproductive, but I'm telling you, you're already on the right path. You already figured out. If you try to solve a problem that you have already solved, you're going to go insane. You know, that's really what I get. Like, stop questioning anything. Stop questioning it. All right, so with that being said, let's see why the Knight of Wands is here in your overall general energy. What is this new fun path that you're going on here? Let's see. Why is the Knight of Wands here in your overall general energy for this week? Yeah, you have the Temperance card. That's you. It's double Saggy. Knight of Wands, Temperance. It's Sagittarius energy. I feel like it's you balancing yourself out. Let's see. Yeah, wow, very good. Very good. The Knight of Wands is clarified by the Temperance card and the 10 of Wands here. You're definitely on the path to happiness for you. You're out there, you're making moves, you're making things happen, you're taking action. You also have the Page of Swords looking right at that 10 of Swords. So you're leaving, once again, like I told you, you're at this junction point, you chose the path, you're on it, you're in alignment, but now you have to, that path that once existed is now, it's dissolving. And instead of looking back and being, well, I could have walked that, no, you're on the path that you're meant to be. Okay, because a lot of this comes down to you're so talented that you don't know the right way to use your talent, but at the end of the day, those who try to have their finger in every pie will have their finger in no pie. You need to double down, and that's exactly what you're doing, so congratulations on doubling down on something. And once again, there is this thing of a very positive lover that's going to help you. Let's clarify why the lover. Some of you could be traveling with a lover or a business partner that you love, something like that. Why is the lovers here and what you don't see coming? Okay. Yeah, well, the lovers here and what you don't see coming is clarified by the 5 of Cups and also the Tower here. So there may be some sort of difficulty in a love situation when it comes to this, when it comes to traveling. If anything, this is to do with an old foundation crumbling that you may feel sad about in some sort of way here, Sagittarius, or the lover that you're with is helping you. They could be triggering certain things in you that are ultimately helpful for your growth in terms of pushing you further. If you're dealing with a lover right now that's trying to keep you small, that is saying, I don't really think, you should just really stay at home and do nothing. That's how you know you need to get out of it. If you're dealing with a lover who is encouraging you to dream bigger, then it might bring up certain negative emotions in your energetic body just for you to clear, for you to know it's there, for this foundation to ultimately be blown up properly. So I feel like the lover that you're dealing with is very good for you, but they're also very it's not like the easiest relationship, but that's why there's growth involved. Okay, so whatever lover you're talking about, they're looking at you, maybe selling out an arena of 20,000 people, and they're like, well, why aren't you doing 100 yet? And you're just like, why are you so hard on me? But ultimately, I don't sense anyone actually being hard on you, but it's just, yeah, they're definitely, you're being pushed into working harder than you ever have. Someone is pushing you into that. Whether it's your own soul, for a lot of you it's an external lover, but it may feel like, whoa, like I'm like the quickest way to lose a Sagittarius is to tell them what to do. And I do feel like if someone here is trying to implement structure into your daily routine to help you to get to the next level, you might have qualms about that. And that's why it's saying, let this storm pass. You know, there could be someone around you who knows what it takes to be victorious. The Six of Wands, they've already done it. They've already moved past it, and they're helping you get to the next level. And that may bother you because you want to do it your own way. But I really feel like you're in alignment here. There's definitely a destined relationship helping you with this. Let's also clarify why the Three of Swords is here in your advice from Spirit, Sagittarius. Yeah, the Three of Swords is clarified by the Six of Wands here again, and the Six of Wands is your challenge clarified by the Five of Pentacles here. So any sort of qualms about taking it to the next level, getting more attention, is something that you're going to be dealing with. I feel like there's someone around you who is almost like some sort of lover, like that's really good for you, that's going to take you to the next level, but it involves growing pains here because you don't want to be this is also, once again, there's definitely something about your ego that is keeping you small, that's telling you, oh my god, well, let's just stop here, the message I'm getting is no, you need to keep pushing it. You're in alignment. You're on the ascension path. You're on the alignment to become a leader here. And whatever relationship hiccup that you're having with a lover that involves this path that you've chosen, it will come into balance by itself. I don't see anything about a major ending here when it comes to a person. It's more so just your own internal processes. Hold on, we got more information. Yeah, it's more so your own indecision that's being wiped away. So, yeah, so with that being said, Sagittarius, I'm going to conclude this reading. Don't be surprised if this is a very adventurous, fun-filled week where you're just saying, let go of all the internal stuff, let's just take action. So with that being said, I appreciate